again.
Three-peat.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing out there tonight? I am your humble host, Frizz the Great. You know, I had to bring him back. I did. You know, so many questions, so many phone calls. Think we need more men like him. Okay. So I keep bringing him back up, you know.
You had to say it in that voice.
You know, I know I'm gonna get more phone calls over that. So many so many unique perspectives that was brought on by Mr. Lee. So I feel like you don't need no introduction, but
right.
Like, you know, I'm gonna just let it. I'm gonna let you flow. Right. Give yourself your own introduction again, right. But like, you know,
the pleasure is all mine. My name is Leek. How you spell that? Lique. And it's a pleasure to be on your show for a third time. A three-peat. You heard? It's a pleasure.
MJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know, you know, we usually hit conversations with to bring to light the glory of marriage. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
the glory of.
You like right. That, right? Yeah,
glory.
Like I said,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Even though the perspective of me is the perspective, you know what I mean? I do believe love is the greatest thing in this world, especially black love.
That's a fact.
You know, so. But there's something that I just want to get off my chest. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, I see it.
Let's. I feel it. Let's.
You know, I just like
we both can relate to these two people. So
you know what I mean? Like,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You know, I know.
Before we get into what we're gonna get into, let's talk about it.
You know, it's the whole. You know. So I'm gonna just give a quick story. You know, my version. You know, that's the best version, right? So,
I love how you did that. My version, the best version.
So, you know, two people with taking subliminal shots at each other, right? You know what I mean? Hey, you know,
as history would tell. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they was calling each other out on their bullshit. Let's just be honest. Dude was like, you know, his wife told dude not to promote the Oscars because, you know, they don't support black people or whatever. Cool, fine, great. But he chose to do it anyway. Cool, fine, great. You know what I mean? No ifs, ands, or buts, right? Shots was taken, right? Which leaves bitterness, you know what I mean? Then, just to me, you know, maybe, you know, I don't believe in sticks and stones. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a brother that believes sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I believe words hurt harder than you know what I mean? So,
who was hosting the Oscars at that time when Will Smith was not nominated for an Oscar for concussion? Who hosted the Oscars?
Chris Rock.
He was the host?
Yes.
That time?
Yes.
Okay. Proceed.
Okay. So then, you know.
He was. I remember he was making jokes about that and the job and all that stuff. I'm with you.
So then the brother was like, I want to say this. I'm trying to be like, I'm really trying to not say bitch ass nigga and all this other shit. I'm really just trying to be like.
No, speak your mind.
Okay.
Speak your mind.
So then the guy was like, yo.
Who's the guy?
Chris Rock.
Okay.
Then Chris was like, hey, yo, you know what? He took the shot in front of Will about his wife. And, you know, the world reacted like, oh, man, hey, Will Smith is wrong. Will Smith is wrong. But in my hearts of hearts, and even as a single man, you know what I mean? I don't think Will Smith was wrong then. You know what I'm saying? But like then, things.
Something is only a shot if you take it as such.
Well, okay, but dude got slapped in the mouth
after the fact. This was what
a year ago.
Years, a year or two later, like.
And then he responded with a stand up, calling the man that slapped him in the mouth.
So let's put it in chronological order.
Okay.
The first part was Chris Rock hosts the Oscars.
Right.
Prior to Chris Rock, it was going to be Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then he had his whole run with apologizing, Kevin Hart, right? Which is fine, whatever. Chris Rock hosts, he made his little jokes, whatever. Everybody need jobs, whatever it was, right? Then the following Oscar, it was Chris Rock again. He made his comment about Jada. And when he made his comment about Jada, it went where it went. In regards of the comment about her loss of hair.
G.I. Jane.
In her condition. Right?
Now, do you think Will Smith was wrong for that?
Was he wrong for approaching that stage? And it's two stages. It's the stage of the Oscars, and then there's the stage of where Chris Rock was positioned. There's two different stages. Was he wrong for approaching Chris Rock? What I would say is it's not a matter of being wrong or right. It's knowing the position you're in. Like, if you was going to do that, you could do that backstage. Y'all in the same facility. Like, you ever heard of the term gangsters move in silence?
Yes.
When you do that, you doing that to prove something. That's the same as the guy who's scared to fight, so he wait for security and then he get big and bad.
Yeah. Okay. It's
the same. It's the same scenario. It's like, with security around, so you're gonna buck up because security gonna do their job and stop me from putting my hands on. It's like if you really with that, wait till security leave. Then we're gonna go behind wherever. Backstage, wherever, and we'll keep that same energy. And then it ain't no security. It's me and you. But when you do that, when you commit such action on that level of a platform, right, wrong, or indifferent, when you move like that, it only hurt you and your brand because you're not moving as Will Smith. You're moving as Will Smith, the brand.
Ooh.
You're a brand.
Okay. So
when you're doing that, it's more to it than just you making that action. It's more than that.
Okay.
This ain't the hood. This ain't the streets.
Ooh.
Like you gotta keep in consideration of your business. Jay-Z said it himself. I'm a businessman. Not a business, man. Like when you move in such fashion, you have to understand when you commit yourself to whatever it is, to a relationship, to a job, to a car note, to a relationship. When you commit, you all in. So once you do that, okay, cool. You go up there, you smack them, whatever. Okay, cool. And then what? You smack them. Now you cost yourself possible financial opportunities when you could have, if you was really going to do that, if you was really with that, holler at him backstage.
Okay.
He got 6-7 brothers. Holler at him back then. Go back there and holler at him.
Now, I got a different take. Let me show you my take. Okay. I look at the joke, right? And I said, damn, G.I. Jane, right? You ever watch G.I. Jane? Okay, do you know she had an entanglement? You know, she shaved her head off and said, "Fuck it." You know what I mean? Okay, so you know, in a world where one thing I do believe in that every man should be. I realize that any man can hurt me, whether he's 5 foot or 8 foot. You know what I mean? 10 foot. I don't care. I realize also that I can hurt any man, whether he's 5 foot or 10 foot. You know what I mean? I give that respect. You know what I mean? Anything can go down. So with that being said, I look at that joke like, I look at that situation like, hey, you know the code of a man. Like, you know, why speak on it? Like, you know, like, okay, you see, I'm trying to save face with this marriage because it's getting out of hand. You know, like I'm trying to just make it go away, and it's not going away. And whatever happened, and however it made me look. Black man to black man, you shut the fuck up. 2, even though everybody's speaking about it, nobody's bold enough to speak about it to my motherfucking face. That's where you went wrong. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't just like, if it was just like a bald-headed joke, fine. Why mention a woman that was involved in the entanglement and didn't give up the entanglement? You know what I mean? You know, so why mention that? So now it's like, okay, I'm a brand. Cool, but I'm also human. So now that joke, whether you let it go or not, it's like, oh shit, man. That was a chess move, not a checker move. That wasn't just like a ha ha ha. That was a, hey, I outsmarted you in front of you. You know how you see the gorilla in the suit, and you look at the gorilla and say, hey, this gorilla is dangerous. But I want to try this gorilla. But it's still a gorilla. You know what I mean? Gorilla got on the suit, trying to, look, I'm trying to play chess. Oh, you got me there. But like, yo, at the end of the day, that's still a motherfucking gorilla. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whether you're a gorilla or not, that's still a fucking gorilla. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at, I look at that perspective, and I said, oh shit, you really disrespected that man. You mentioned that Pacific joke, and there's no way in hell I don't look at that man as being, Chris Rock being ignorant. And no, I know he's calculated. I know he's smart because you're in Hollywood. It takes something to be in Hollywood. Hollywood breaks a lot of people. You know what I mean? And it burns a lot of bridges amongst people. So then it's like, okay, this is my shot to say fuck you about certain situations that happen.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? So therefore, and you could see the reaction. It was initially a laugh. Ha ha ha. Then he put it together. Oh shit. He thought about G.I. Jane and the entanglement, the this, the that. And at what point, like, you know, and whether, and this is one thing I wish upon black people. It doesn't matter if your partner's good or not. You chose that partner, and as long as you're with that partner, you should be good to that partner. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? As long as you're, and so therefore you have to honor that partner. And that joke, I could not do nothing less than slap the shit out you. Me personally, that's how I feel. I know people say, but yeah, he could have did it backstage. He could have did it right there. He could have told that joke backstage.
No. So let's telling that joke.
That was a smart ass joke. That was a calculated joke.
No, it really wasn't. That was low hanging fruit jokes. When you have to understand the position you are in and your accomplishments and how far you have come. You're not just Chris Rock. You're not just Will Smith.
Okay.
You guys are stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all have a certain level of notoriety. You just can't do certain things. Mm-hmm. When you do certain things, it's viewed differently. Mm-hmm. When you commit such action, whatever such action is, and it's in a negative fashion, it's going to be highlighted. Mm-hmm. How many people won the Oscars after that hit?
I never watched the Oscars. I didn't.
There were so many more people that were involved in that award show that got overshadowed from that situation.
Yes,
because of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't by coincidence. that happened after Will Smith did what he did. Do I agree with it? What I agree with, the only part that I agree with, the only part that I agree with is he felt away. That's it. You felt away. Cool. So did everybody in the damn stadium. In the audience, you felt away. Cool. If you really feel a way about it, in real life, in real time, I know where you live. I'm gonna come to your crib.
See, now
I don't need to, because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm a business. I'm a walking business.
Okay.
I'm a star. I'm not just the neighborhood nigga that's walking around, whatever. No, I got people that work for me in real life, in real time. Why would I do that? I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna come to your crib and I'm gonna tell you to keep that same energy at your crib. No camera, no bodyguard, no nothing. Me and you keep that same energy. I don't give a fuck how many brothers you got. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm gonna come to your crib. Let's. I need my 5 minutes. And now me and you can go head to head. I need my 5 minutes. Because my wife, we ain't take too kindly. I don't need that. Let this be what it is. I'm in the business of that. Last time I checked, Will Smith is in Hollywood. Hollywood isn't Will Smith. Last time I checked. So he still get employed. Right after that situation, he had the movie called Emancipation or some shit like that? Yeah. Slave movie? Come on. You still need their money. Until you don't, you can't be making moves like that. Respectfully.
Okay.
So with that said, I would have moved differently. Cause you ain't gotta prove nothing to us. Who you proving it to? Not implying that you are, but who you proving yourself to? For what?
I think it was like you know, and I'm not married. You know what I mean? I'm single, super single.
I'm glad you said that.
You know what I mean? But like, if I was married.
Married. I'm glad you said married. I'm glad you said that.
You know, I don't care what's going on in my household. As long as I choose to stay in that household, allow that household to be afloat, you are not allowed to speak against it in my face. You know, and like, you know, I would never have the balls to speak about somebody's relationship. Like, speak against somebody's relationship. Like, damn, why is he
against?
Yeah.
I got
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would never throw subliminal jabs about something that went on in somebody's relationship. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, I get what I asked for. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, it's none of my business, and I choose to make it none of my business. You know what I mean? Yeah. No matter how personal the people are, it's none of my business. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to speak, and like I said, if it was just a regular joke about, like, okay, I see you being tough with the ball head, taking control, commander. Cool. You mentioned what you mentioned, and that wasn't like, and in the heat of it, if we're, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, I'm pretty sure I let you slide before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I let people slide before. I was trying to focus on this, but, like, you know, now that you brought the riffles back up to the chaos. I do believe that no matter how successful I will ever become, that then I will always have a I don't give a fuck factor. And maybe that might be the downfall to my success, but, like, I have to look myself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, hey, yo, this is what it is. This is what it's hitting for. You understand what I'm saying? I don't condone nobody speaking out against anybody's marriage. You know what I mean? Unless they're speaking to keep the marriage together. Yeah. Because I understand there's two sides to the story. I understand feelings are temporary. I respect marriage more than people actually give me credit for. That's the reason why I'm not married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I just, and like, how else can I honor my if I can't defend my wife's honor, then you know what I mean. No matter how good or bad my wife is perceived or is as a person, if I can't defend my wife's honor, then.
But that's you're not defending her honor. You're defending your insecurities. There's a difference because he's made jokes like that in the past.
Not to my face.
He's made jokes like that in the past.
Not to my face.
No, it don't matter.
That matters a great deal.
No.
Listen,
if somebody make a joke, if I make a joke about you and you're not there, and then
I hear about it. It's 9 times out of 10. I'm probably not even going to address it because I'm gonna look at you as a coward.
The fact of the matter is, in conclusion, the fact of the matter is, he could have handled that differently. How different? Like, if Chris Rock felt any level of intimidation, any level of a threat, any level of any sort of I might get fucked up, he wouldn't did it. But he didn't feel it.
Okay.
Because that's why he did it. And after that, Will Smith said, I feel like people trying to play me. I think people tested me. Okay, cool. So you use that platform to respond as such. Just understand what come with that.
Okay. See, and that's another thing too. Like, I feel like, sometimes our losses ain't really losses. You know what I mean? Like let's just say, and there's no way I can imagine myself being worth 300 million plus. You know what I mean? But let's just say whatever I am, and
you gotta understand what come with that.
Yeah, and what come, cause that's what I'm.
200 M's. Just understand what come with that.
So I would not say, hey, because I got this, I'm gonna be less of me. I'm gonna actually be more of me because of that. Now, there's only one core thing that we stand on as men. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. We put our women and family before us. It's the code of a man. Like, you know what I mean? That's why if you look at divorces now, most men get hurt for divorces than women. You know what I mean? If you look at divorces now, you look at the fact that most men are more fucked up emotionally, not just financially, but emotionally,
right, than
women. You know what I mean? It's very rare that a woman's fucked up over divorce. You know what I mean? It's rare. You know what I mean? It's most 9 times. I think in black marriages, 75% of them file for divorce. So so it's very rare that they feel some type of way. It's like as a man does. You know what I mean? And I'm learning that. I'm learning many different perspectives and shit like that and everything, but right is right and wrong is wrong, and I feel like once you done me wrong, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And I do believe in and it brought me to that. You ever heard of the Anti-Bullying Act? Okay, I'm against that.
I heard, yeah.
I'm 100% against that.
Against the Anti-Bullying Act?
Yes.
You know what that means?
Yes.
That you are okay with people bullying people.
No, but look what it did. It said.
No, I'm just trying to help you understand.
Okay. Look what it did though. It allowed the person to.
So wait, when you say you're against you are against the Anti-Bullying Act.
I'm against the law.
So you are okay with people getting bullied?
No.
That's what that means.
No. See,
that's exactly what that means.
The Anti-Bullying Act was a bill that became a law.
Anti-bullying is the group that's against people bullying people.
I'm against the law of it. See, it's a hate crime. You know what I mean? Just like You know.
So if I was 8 feet tall
Uh-huh.
and I weighed 400 pounds
Uh-huh.
and I come and whoop your ass every day, I'm bullying you. You saying you are for that?
No.
That's what that is.
The act.
The anti-bullying act. You say you're
Do you know?
against it.
Okay, let me break down what the anti-bullying act was introduced to the House and House Senate and became a law. Okay, but what it did was it didn't cover the full basis. See, if I'm picking on somebody, right? I'm wrong. I deserve to be punished. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, most bullies did get punished. You know what I mean? I want to say this right, but what it did do, you gotta look at the effects of that. It made the person. It made the gorilla stay in the cage. Now all of a sudden, if I'm 4 feet tall and you're 8 feet tall, and I say, yo, you know what, man, fuck you, you little punk. And I know, because we both know, if you attack me, you're a bully. And that's what it brought on. You know what I mean? That's the like, there's no watch your mouth from either side. Now the person said, hey, I got the right to express my opinion. And sometimes people need to shut the fuck up. Or if we're going to have a battle of opinion, fine. Let's have the battle of opinion. And if you choose to say something uncivil, I should be able to retaliate.
The anti-bullying act is for people that's getting bullied. That's what it's for.
Okay.
We're anti-bullying.
Okay.
We don't condone people getting bullied.
Okay. Now,
that's what that means.
Is it being abused?
What do you mean?
Like, when I say it's being abused, I mean like, all right, let's just say I'm the nerd, right? And my talent is that I'm smarter than you, right? That's my talent. Hey, I'm smarter than you. So every time we come to you, I'm going to talk to you like you're a dummy because I know I'm smarter than you.
Well, then technically you're the bully.
Yes.
Because you're talking to people because you're smarter than them. So technically that makes you the bully because you know you're smarter than them. And
then you're going to do what? You're talking down on people.
It's all about how you can.
Now, but back it.
Nah. See, what you're saying is you know you have an advantage.
Because of this law.
No, the law didn't even come in yet. The law kicks in when you weaponize your level of intellect. When you say, ha, I'm smarter than you, you dumb as shit. And then you're weaponizing it. Now you're making them feel less than. But if you just know you're smart and you don't verbalize your intellectual ability to showcase your smartness, if you will, whatever. But once you start going in and you be like, how I'm smarter than all you, dumbass, then you're weaponizing your level of smartness. You're weaponizing your intellectual ability to know something that other people may not, because you are a little bit ahead of the curve than the group of people that you're talking about.
Okay.
You're weaponizing it. So once you weaponize your level of intellect, you're a bully. And the Anti-Bully Act is for people that will do that.
Okay, so but now, right? Because it's an attack on masculinity. Will you agree to that?
No.
You don't think there's an attack?
Hell? Masculinity got to do with.
Okay, let me break it down. Because you said what you said, and I was.
What did I say?
About if I'm smarter than you and I make you look silly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you slap me in my mouth.
We never said anything physical.
But listen, hey, one attack is just as equivalent as the other. No.
When you say, I'm smarter than you, and I'm going to show how much more of an intellect level that I have, and I'm going to showcase it, that's something different from me saying, I'm smarter than you and I'm going to smack you.
No. Not you smack me. I'm gonna smack you for
yeah.
You're gonna smack me for if I make you feel dumb. If I make you, if I break down the
So
whatever.
this is a new scenario.
Yeah, no. I'm saying this.
The first scenario is you're just smart.
Yeah, I'm smarter than you.
All right, that's that one.
Yeah.
Now,
No. Let's keep that scenario. Sorry. Same scenario.
You say you smarter than me, and I feel a way about your level of intelligence, and I smack you because my insecurities kicked in, and I don't like how it makes me feel.
Why does it have to be insecurity? Why can't it be disrespect?
No.
Because like you could make somebody feel dumb.
You don't. When you're younger, you don't know, because I would assume that we're young, right? Anti-bullying. We're in school, so I'm assuming we're young. If your intellect level is, in fact, higher than mine, I don't know that as a kid. I don't know. I don't even know what intellect means if I'm a kid.
Okay.
So as adults, when you say whatever words you say that showcase your ability to be smarter than me, or you have more information than I have, and you use that to your advantage and make me feel away, and in order for me to feel away, there has to be an audience, or there has to be something that make me feel away internally. So externally, I feel insecure, and you said I smack you, right? So once I smack you, I'm defending myself now for the person that's viewing us, or rather, let's say a teacher, to make it a little bit more, to make it make sense. A teacher only see me hitting you. Now I will be viewed as the aggressor, not as the bully. I will be responding in regards of what you did to make me feel a way about how I responded towards you. Now I'm considered the aggressor. There's a difference. I'm not a bully yet. I'm the aggressor because I came over to you aggressively. Now, what stemmed from me hitting you?
Do you think they care? Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
If you look at it from a psychological aspect, and you're looking at the whole situation,
I'm looking at it from like how the Department of Education look at it. I'm looking at it from the perspective
because they're going to say,
"Hey, yo."
First thing they're going to ask you is, "Why did you hit him, little Timmy? Why did you hit him? Why did you hit Frankie, little Timmy? Why you hit him? Why you hit him?" Well, because he made me feel away. Well, what did he say or do to make you feel away? And I don't know. I just feel like, because remember, kids, they don't understand their emotions. They can't verbalize. They're still young. They don't even know what they feel. All they know is they didn't like how they felt and they responded. That's all they know. Moving forward, they try to express themselves, and then it's up to the adults to try to diagnose and decipher what happened. So, to eliminate all that, let's do anti-bullying that. Now, what that helps is when you have a situation and people get bullied, they feel away, they do what they do.
Yeah.
Then it's like they proceed how they proceed, they say what they say, and then then there's an investigation that takes place. I would assume. I don't know. I would assume.
Okay.
I'm not in school. So I would assume that there's an investigation that takes place, and then they move how they move, and then they can then categorize it as bullying. But beforehand, you just being smart and me responding to your level of intellect, independent if your parents wants to press charges on me because of how I responded towards you, and how you may respond towards me, and then how we may respond towards each other, because we still got to go to school the next day.
10 days suspension, but yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 10 days. That's okay. So
still finish the semester.
So that's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks of school. Then we come back, then we in class together. That's it. And then they got the adults handle that.
Okay, that's how it used to be.
Right.
Now, it's like under no circumstances are you allowed to put your hands on somebody. So and
it all depends on how they look.
But see that were
no. What I say in regards to how it depends on how it look, based on how hard I hit you, based on that Did I bruise you? Did I cut you? Did I hit you with a weapon? Did I hit you with my fist? Did I bruise you? Did I leave a mark? There's a lot of variables that come with me physically inflicting harm on you. There's levels to that.
As a child, right? As a child,
as kids, you ain't doing a whole lot as a kid, unless you pick up some shit that is different.
As a child, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you're the star quarterback. I'm the leader of the chess club. You know what I mean?
But I don't want to veer too far off what we here for.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we'll get there.
Cause you said leader of a chess club and a star quarterback. That's going way off.
No. You know. So you know. You don't like sports. I don't. You know, who cares? You know what I mean? All jockeys are dumb. That's your. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. The kids. That's how they think, right? The jockey says, "Watch your mouth."
That's all subjective. That's a whole line of being subjective.
I don't think like the world's that complicated though.
That's it's too much. It's too much that goes into that.
I don't. Me personally, I don't
it's
think.
Too much.
Okay, I don't think the world's that complicated. I believe that hey, and I feel like the more.
I tell you why. Because does the jockey have a girl? Doesn't he have a girl?
Okay.
The chess player, is he smart? Is he not smart?
Jockey. If you're a jockey, you can get any girl.
Is he the captain of the chess club? Is he not? Is he popular? Is he not popular? Does the jockey's girl like the chess captain? There's a whole lot that go into that.
Yeah,
there's
at the end of the day, I believe that when men speak to each other, whether they're young men or old men, they should watch how they speak. And then
you don't even understand that as a kid. You don't understand that.
Okay, so it's a trial and error.
You said men.
You mean
you said as men.
You know what I mean? It's a
They're
trial.
Not men.
So how you going to learn?
They're not men.
Okay, so how you going to learn?
They are not men.
Okay, boys. How are they going to learn?
Trial and error.
Okay, so now you take away a factor in trial and error. You say, hey, you know what? Hey Timmy, your voice has the right to be heard. You know what I mean? And now you take away a key factor of masculinity. You know what I'm saying? You take away a key factor because sometimes, Timmy, your voice shouldn't even be heard. You didn't earn the right for your voice to be heard. These guys are brutal. You don't have the right. Stay out the jungle, Timmy. Learn to stay in your place, Timmy. So don't tell people. Don't listen. It's like me saying I deserve to go to the jungle and tell a lion, hey, I'm a being too. Or tell a lion, gorilla, rhino, you pick, and say, hey, respect me because this is my space too. No.
So before we veer off too far.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay.
Okay.
But do you understand?
I do.
Okay, cool. Now we can get to the meat and potatoes. Toast to.
So when in regards of just to bring it back full circle. So just so people know what's going on.
Okay.
That whole Will Smith, Chris Rock marriage, Jada, got it. Mm-hmm. When
do you believe Chris Rock should shut the fuck up?
No, let me.
Do you think he had the right to do that stand up? That's all I want to know.
Hear me. He has a right to do whatever he wants. Now let me break this down to you. Let me give it to you in doses, right? Mm-hmm. When my wife and I, I'm gonna bring it back full circle. Mm-hmm. My wife and I was planning to get married, mm-hmm. right? Planning. Mm-hmm. It was a destination wedding, mm-hmm. right? I'm gonna bring it back full circle. Mm-hmm. Planning to get married, destination wedding, cool. To Jamaica, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So we sitting there. Excuse me. We planning, travel agent, all that. And we like, all right. This is where we want to go. All inclusive. Everybody will come. My family, her family, whatever. Boom.
Balling.
Right? Cost a couple dollars. So then we started, time progressed, and we started hearing this thing called coronavirus.
Ooh.
So he was like, coronavirus? What's that? Whatever. It ain't that big of a deal.
You said coronavirus wasn't that big of a deal?
In the beginning, this is when it first started.
Okay.
This was before it was even a thing. This was 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
So he was like, what the hell is a coronavirus? What the fuck is a coronavirus? And I'm thinking like...
A bear?
I'm like, should I stop drinking Coronas? Like, I don't... Like, what the fuck? Dead ass. I'm like, I'm not drinking no more Coronas. I'm gonna chill on Coronas. I don't know. Right? So we still shopping and whatever. We doing what we doing. And now certain people are dying from this shit. So we're like, what the hell is a coronavirus? Yeah, people dying over here, people dying over here, people dying over here. Alright, cool. But not cool. Then people we knew started dying. Me, for the longest time, I didn't think it was real. I was like, oh, that's just bullshit. That's just the government trying to do whatever they're trying to do. I don't believe it. As more time progressed, I said, "Oh shit, this is starting to feel real." My wife, she already was with it. She already knew it was a thing. I'm disregarding it because she always watched the news. I'm like, I don't believe that shit. That's how they trick you. So more and more time has passed. We about 2-3 months in. I don't want to put a time. I don't want to put the months. I'll just say 2-3 months in. I don't want to say what months because that don't matter. About 2-3 months in, I was like, oh shit, this is real. And it only became real once people that we knew
was affected.
Then they said if you have a pre-existing condition, my wife has asthma. So I'm fucking nervous as hell. I'm like, oh shit. I'm scared as fuck. I'm scared. I'm legit scared.
Okay.
Now it's real. Cause now it's in my backyard. Now it's real. My job though, we do contracts for everybody. From NASA, NASA to Rolls Royce to medical field to the military. Like we do everything. So we don't get the luxury of staying home. So they was like, it's airborne. What the fuck that? What is airborne? What the hell? So they was like, you gotta wear a mask.
Not working?
Period. At all times. So what the fuck is that? Yo, bro, it's like a movie. It was like, yo, you gotta wear a mask. The masks were hard to get. It was like, yo, you charging us crazy money to get a mask. Then the mask got to be a certain level of certification. I'm like, yo, this is fucking bugged out. Mind you, we booked our hotel in Jamaica. Everybody getting flights. And
balling, book on.
Well, no, we ain't pay for everybody's shit. But we like, okay, so what does this mean? Like, we booked this a year in advance. So we like, yo, so what's going on? Like, what's happening? So we on the phone. I'm going back and forth to work, and when I'm going back and forth to work, everybody's still going to work at this point. And then it started slowing down. Everybody, like, they started shutting down trucking companies. They started shutting down warehouses, and then everything started slowing down, and then the world started slowing down. NBA teams were slowing down. Sports was slowing down. Everything was started slowing down. It ain't go cold turkey, but everything was start slowing down. I was like, what the fuck is this? Mind you, I'm like, okay, so do we cancel? Do we not cancel? I'm not sure what the fuck to do. Wife's like, yo, this is real. This is real. I'm like, man, this is bullshit. He's lying. This is a hell of a joke. This is a hell of a joke. Ha ha ha. I get it. Y'all playing. Now we about 3 months into this shit, and then they're like, yo, stay in the house. They started hitting emergency. Yo, don't leave your house. If you leave your house, this, that, and the third. So we
curfews and all that. Yeah.
Yo, I don't know. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Mind you, this is in the cusp. We like, so do we cancel our flights? Do we cancel our reservation? So we waited out. We waiting. We are in our 3rd month. We waiting it out. So time goes on. We a couple weeks in our 3rd month, and within that 2nd week, we like, hold on. We started getting emails saying that flights are canceling. Not ours, but flights are canceling. So we gathered ourselves like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, the world didn't shut down yet. It's just certain parts,
It's closing. Yeah,
certain shit is closing, but certain shit's still moving. Right? So we like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm sitting here like, I don't know, like, this is beyond me. This has never happened. So I'm like, I don't know what to do or say. I'm not even qualified to even speak on this conversation, right? So
you're just an American, living the American dream.
Time goes on. We in our 3rd week of that 3rd month, going into the 4th.
Can I ask an important question? Was the date symbolized to something?
No.
Okay.
No. The date, actually, yes, it was going to be June 23rd, 2020 at 1:20. But it was going to be June 23rd. That's what it was going to be, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And if she says otherwise, she can comment down below. That means she got to watch. Right? So we like, all right, cool. We sitting here, we thinking, we planning, we strategizing, but we don't understand what's going on. This has never happened, ever. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever it is, what it is. Like, we'll figure it out. But this is beyond all of us. No one has experienced coronavirus. Then they started changing the name. Then it was called COVID. So we was like, what the fuck is that something different? It was like COVID.
19.
No, 19 ain't even a thing yet. It was called COVID. You got COVID. It's COVID. So it was like, what the fuck is COVID? Is that different? It was like, then it was called a strand of COVID. So I was like, what the fuck is, what is COVID first? What is COVID? Now at this point, we like, all right, we done got an email saying that the flight was canceled. Our flight, now it's our flight. Our flight is canceled. All right, can we get another flight? Cause the resort they didn't shut down yet. So we hear about COVID. What the fuck is COVID? Is Corona the same as COVID? We trying to decipher those two names. Then we got an email saying that the resort is possibly shutting down. And then they call COVID-19. We're like, what the fuck is COVID-19? Now we going into the 4th month, going into the 5th month. Mind you, we're a year ahead. We booked this a year in advance. So we let everybody know, listen, so we almost that. It's about that time to have this wedding. COVID-19 flights, all flights canceled. Every flight is canceled worldwide. No flights. You can't fly out. So we like, all right, well, maybe it'll reverse, maybe, right? It don't. But we got time. It's early. We got time. Whatever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months later, we done bleed that whole year out. We're like, what the fuck is going on? This shit is real. Now, people we know catching COVID and people we know catching COVID and they checking out. And we're like, oh shit, it's real. Now it's called COVID-19. Then they talking about Pfizer. They talking about this other, whatever other shot they got. They talking about you got to get the shots and you got to get a booster shot and you got to get all this random shit. And they like, at this point now, it's on an ultimate high. The level of urgency is on 1,000. My job tell me you gotta have this paper. Where they print out this paper saying you gotta have this paper with you at all times because now you can't do nothing. If you're driving and you're not an authorized vehicle, we're pulling you over.
My job did the same thing.
Yeah. If you're not an authorized vehicle, we're pulling you over. So my job printed out this form, certified document saying that keep this with you at all times because you'll need it in case you get pulled over. Now, we like, okay, now she was forced to stay home. What I do, I can't. I gotta go in because my job It's physical. I operate a machine, and it's a special machine. It ain't just an average machine, and anybody can't just do it. You got to understand the machine and understand the material that you're running. You just can't hire somebody off the street and do it. So I'm like, all right, how the fuck do I leave home comfortably enough to go to work, touch random shit, come home, and then put my hands on my wife and hope she don't get sick? How do I do that consciously comfortable?
You mean fiance at the time?
Facts. Thank you. Correction. My fiance. Right. So I'm trying to comprehend this, and I'm trying to understand what's COVID, what's Corona, what's COVID-19, what's these shots. And a mask. Why I gotta wear a mask? And if it's airborne, what the fuck does what does a mask matter if it's airborne? Like whatever I touch, then they say you live on cardboard for this many hours, you live on cotton for this many hours, and if you get the same, like it was just too much. It was too much at one time for an upcoming virus that could kill you regardless of what you do. It was too much. It was way too much.
Yeah, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
In the midst of all that chaos, right? Do you say, hey, yo, you know what? Was there a factor in you that said, hey, you know, I might lose this? We might, you know, because you said people was affected that you know. And I know a lot of people went down because of that. Do you feel like, yo, hey, it made me more of focus to make this woman my wife, or was it just like, hey, I know you're going to be my wife, but while we're trying to work through COVID? Because, you know, it was like really random, like here today, going tomorrow for a lot of people.
What it did was, it was hard to understand, like, at any time you could possibly die. At any time. From touching the wrong shit. And when your wife has a pre-existing condition, she is more likely to die faster than you.
Fiance, go on.
Correction. Thank you. Thank you.
You're living a good life. Right. You know what I mean?
Your fiance is likely to die at any point. She could check out at any point from touching whatever. Your fiance could check out at any point from what you bring into the house because she get to stay home and work. You gotta leave this house every time. So you touching gas pumps when you need gas. You touching doors when you want to get whatever you need to get from a convenience store. You doing a whole lot of touching. Your car handle to get in your car. It's an airborne situation. It's an airborne virus. You can't see it, but all you know is you can be affected by it, and it can kill you. How the fuck do you move with an airborne virus that can kill you and has been proven to kill you? And your fiance is home with a pre-existing condition. And if you physically touch her, you can kill her. And this is who you planning to marry in 4 months, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. That fucked me up. Psychologically, that fucked me up because it's like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to work. I'm cool. I don't want to work if it's going to cost me my life. Then hers. So it's like I feel partially at fault if she has something going on. And more time has passed, and the resort shut down. Air flights were canceled, and we had to figure it out. And the summer came back around, and it was May, and we were like, all right, what we gonna do? The world is shut down. It's done. So she was like, I still want to get married. I said, all right, cool. Well, how we gonna do it? So instead of going to Jamaica, we went to a district justice. And we're like, all right, how this gonna look? So we made the necessary phone calls, and
I love the fact that you know, no matter what, she's like, I'm gonna be your wife.
Right.
I mean,
and that spoke volumes for her because for me, I'm a lot. And I understand that I'm a lot. Like, I get it. Like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And unfortunately, I'm gonna do it, and it may cost me my emotions. It may cost me my physical health. It may cost me both emotions and physical health. But I'm still gonna see it through. And that's to my detriment because I get so locked in on what I feel that I need to see happen and come into fruition. And I don't care about it and anything. It's like I gotta see it through. I have to see it. I
by any means necessary.
I gotta see it.
Yeah.
And when she was like, "Yo, I'm with you. I'm with you. Do whatever. Let's go do it." And we did, and we made such action. We went to the DJ, and
District Justice, yeah.
Yeah, District Justice. And when we did that, it was more like it hit different because we was like, yo, we got on the other side of this shit. Like, people around us were dying, going to the hospital, they were on hospice, they was on ventilators, and I'm going back and forth to work through all of this. And I'm like, you know, just the mask and like just that whole experience. It was just like, damn, like we got on the other side of it. And once we did try to, you know, tie that bond together, it hit different. And when I see Chris Rock and I see Will Smith and I see how they do what they do, it's like how you feel versus how you respond two different things. Who you are, what you do, two different things. That's your job, not to conflict those energies. Like, if you are who you are, and you make a joke about my significant other, my wife, and you say what you say, and now it's my wife, and I tell you, we've been through some shit, like him as in Will Smith, and his wife as in Jada Pinkett Smith. When they go through their shit, and I go through my shit, you don't have any jurisdiction in that area when you start talking about my wife. And when you make such action to do so for the benefit of your joke,
consequences and repercussions.
There is a certain level of coof you gotta have. Coof is just like a certain level of cool. You gotta, like, you got that. You gotta, like, you can never. When Jay-Z was in the elevator with Shalon, he ain't never respond crazy. She was kicking him and doing all that because he cheated on Beyonce. She was kicking, he was chilling. All the way cool. I don't give a fuck what you say about my wife. I'ma holler at you. Say what you, do your thing, perform. Be the comedian you are. Be that guy. Do your thing. Do it. You degrade my wife all you want. I know where you live, my nigga. I'ma see you. I'ma see you without the camera. Get your brothers. Get all of them. I'ma see you. I got a team too. I'ma see you. If that's,
even if I don't give a fuck.
Listen, if that's where it's gonna go, like if you talking like that and you confident in your bit, because security, you got your stage, and you got your moment of, shine or whatever, and you want to use me or my wife as the butt of your joke at our expense, cool. You gotta get off that stage and you gotta go home. That's not it. You have to go. You don't live here. You have to go home. And when you go home, when, and there ain't no if, when you go home, I'm from Philly. I'm speaking as if I'm Will Smith. I'm from Philly. West Philadelphia, born and raised, cool. I'm from Philly, my nigga. I'ma see you. Keep that same energy. You was talking, it was all jokes on the stage, cool. I'm not gonna touch you here. I got a brand up, cool. I got opportunities.
But can I ask you a question now?
What's up?
Okay. So what happens if you see him, right? But why wait? Because
Ain't no if.
Okay.
Ain't no
why
if.
wait? Because you already
Gangsters
said.
move in silence.
Okay, but you still want to check them, right? And when you check somebody, when you feel the need to check somebody, you don't give two fucks about the consequences. Like,
That's ignorance. That's ignorance.
You think?
That's ignorance.
Is that ignorance or is that
ignorance?
Like? I'm looking for another word. Like, I wouldn't classify that as ignorance. Because, like, if somebody was, like I said, I don't have a wife, but I do have a mother.
Hear me. Finish your thought first.
Okay. I don't have a wife, but I do have a mother. You know what I mean? And I have a good mother, a great mother. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody was to disrespect that woman, you know what I mean? And I think I'm doing good in life. Okay, I'm alright. I don't care.
Frank, let me tell you something. This is a real situation. This is a real situation that happened.
Huh?
For the viewers, I know Frankie personally. Just disclaimer. I know him personally. I had a crystal watch on, right? I took my crystal watch off. It's all facts. I said I'm about to go across the street and handle my business. This is a fact. Wife stopped me. She said, "Don't go over there." I said, "My hands work." You said, what you say?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, what you say?
I said, It's not worth it. No, I said, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. They was not trying you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But me,
would you be?
Listen, I was with all of it.
Yeah, see, I was right then and there. So you was about to lose it all, and you was willing to risk it. See, my thing is like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
But wait though,
but you was wrong. But like,
what did I do though? Finish that thought.
Okay.
What did I do?
Yeah, you know, because
I calmed down. Did I not?
Yes.
But I was about to go over there.
But look what it took for you to calm down. You had to realize that you was wrong. But what happened if you was right? Then you know, look, you hands down, we're men. You was wrong in that situation, right? We spoke to you as men and said, hey, yo, you know what, man? Listen, man, you got the wrong idea. You know what I mean? It's not what you think. You know what I mean?
You said that.
Yeah,
you specifically said that.
I'm like, yeah, you know, okay. I didn't want to go into that much detail, but like, I'm like, hey, these guys, we play curveball together. I don't know if that's even a popular game right now. I said, your wife used to spank these guys. You know what I mean? For being bad kids in the neighborhood. It's not what you think. All right, but like my thing is, but now if it was a situation where you was correct, if you was a situation where you was correct,
but this is just to show you, you saw it happen in real time.
Exactly. So you can't be mad at Will Smith then.
No, I can be, because I'm telling you, because. If I was Will, I would have went over there and handled that, and I wouldn't have did shit.
But in the midst of the celebration, you was ready to say,
correct. If I was Will Smith,
in the midst of celebration, you said fuck it, and
I was gonna go over there and handle that.
And people had to say, yo, listen, man, hey, your perspective.
That's what should have happened with Will.
But his perspective was not wrong. That was a crazy joke. Let's just say people was trying to take something that belonged to you. You're right. And your hands do work. You know what I mean? I don't doubt that. Then there's no talking. Because your hands work. You know what I mean? And they're wrong. But when you're wrong, you know what I mean? Fine. Hey, I take the apology. I move like a man, shake hands, whatever. Cool. You know what I mean? But let's just say you was right in that situation. That's a nice motherfucking watch. Boy, that shit look better on me than him. You know what I mean? Man, fuck his bitch. You know what I mean? Not you know what I mean? But that's their mentality. That's just it. You met those dudes. You're right. Whatever, however you choose to handle it, you're right.
And that's, but even
it's not even about maturity to me.
It is though. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when earlier in that day, right? And I'm a correlate two stories. Earlier in that day, this guy, he was a little guy. He was looking at my wrist. I peeped it, and I ain't think nothing of it, whatever. Right? Cool. No, whatever. It's all good. The same with Chris Rock. He made jokes about Jada and Will prior to that show, right? Cool. Later in the day, I see that same guy who was looking at my wrist. Mental note, I recorded it in my head. I got you. I see you. I'm across the street, and it's a group of them, and I'm chilling on the gate. I'm chilling, minding my business, and I see the young boy grilling me. He's staring at me. And I don't know who he is, but I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. I take that for a grain of salt. Same as Will. Take it for a grain of salt. Right? The first couple times, grain of salt. Right? I go across the street. Y'all must think I'm pussy. Okay, cool. I'm gonna show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna go over here and I'm going in between y'all. What we doing? And I'm gonna go to work. Let's work. Let's work, right? That's my thought process. Parties involved. What's going on? What happened? That ain't this, that ain't that. I wouldn't do it. It's chill. All right, cool. It ain't what I thought it was. Got you. Fair enough. Will, he ain't had that. He ain't had that luxury. He ain't had that. He ain't had nobody to stop him. Yo, bro, it ain't that serious. Yo, just chill. He ain't have it. So he went up there and made a fool of himself. And he showcased his whatever. He defended his wife's honor. Who said she needed him to defend her honor, right? I got my possessions back from my wife. Threw my shit on, went across the street. Everything was love, like y'all said it would be. Everything was love. What I saw wasn't what I saw, and I was ready to put myself in a very compromising position, and I was okay with that. I signed the contract. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. Let's go where it's gonna go. It's like, I get it. You think that I'm gonna show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm gonna go over there and let's work. Will didn't have that. And the fact that he didn't have that, that's why it turned out the way it turned out.
But Will Smith was right. You was wrong. Now, had you been right, and I tried to talk you out of it, I believe that you had the right to smack me in the face. You know what I mean?
No.
Now,
elaborate on that regard.
Okay, you're right. Listen, that joke was not just any joke. Right? That joke, it's like, ha. Oh.
Was it true?
It doesn't matter.
Was it true?
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It does.
The truth, there is truth in every joke.
Yes.
Was it true?
That does not matter. Listen, I don't, let's just say I somehow, somewhere I got married, right? And a woman decided to cheat on me.
Was it true?
It doesn't.
It does matter. That makes all the difference of the joke. No. It does matter.
Not at all.
The difference of the joke you say what the truth and the joke and the undertone of it. So if I say something that has nothing to do with you and I joke about it, I'm like, yo, you look corny as shit. That ain't a cool joke because you don't. For me, you don't. I like this style. For me, I would be lying.
1996. 1986.
You feel me?
Okay.
So when I peep your style, I know exactly what you're doing because of the imagery and the consistency of your brand and what you're creating. I see it. So for me to say it's corny, I would be lying. That's not true. I would just be tapping into my insecurities because I would assume that you look better than me because of how you pulled your style off. So I would bleed my insecurities on you, which would be I forget the name of it, but it would be like not a false narrative, but I would just keep it simple. It would just be me bleeding my insecurities on you. Like, you look better than me, so let me say you look corny. That's what that would be. Yeah. So if you are Chris Rock and you making jokes about my wife and whoever she may appear to look like, okay, you're a comedian. That's your job. Keyword job. Your job is to make people laugh. If it's at the expense of my wife, okay, this is an ongoing joke. You've been doing this a few shows over. So if you're doing this a few shows over, alright, it's a little. Don't worry, I'll see you at the crib. On some grown man shit because it's the Oscars. Man, listen. Now let me get the other part. Let me get the other part. Okay. Didn't we just boycott the Oscars?
Yeah.
And we there. We boycott where we at. How does that look? We boycott the Oscars because we say the Oscars is too white. And we're there.
But no.
And wait.
Okay.
And we're there.
Okay.
I'm
gonna take off my 1986.
We say boycott the Oscars and we're there.
Okay.
So you boycott the Oscars. Oh, that's like saying Black Lives Matter. 1 minute and then what? it don't matter the next.
Uh.
Or Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Black lives. Then they started. Or white lives. No, no. Black lives will always matter because some people get that context misconstrued. They say Black lives matter in regards of like in comparison to a white person. It's like, yo, we was viewed as property at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't even viewed as people.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about modernized today, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Black Lives Matter is a thing. That's
Okay.
why. That's why it's a thing. But when you dilute it, when you water it down with everything that's going on today with iPhones and tablets and Instagram, yeah, it don't hit the same as if it was in the 1970s, in the 1960s. It don't hit the same because that's when Black lives didn't matter.
And you think it matters?
And apostrophe T.
You think that there's more racism? You think that there was more
That's
racism?
when it didn't matter.
Okay. No. This is my question.
So in conclusion,
Okay.
when you have the Chris Rocks, the Will Smiths, the response to that, and all this other shit historically, and him responding to Chris Rock and all that shit, it's a whole thing. It ain't just that moment. It's a whole thing.
So watch your mouth.
And it, Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it?
But,
Why throw the jab? Why not go after Tom Hanks' wife?
take away but, because that's not a but. It's not
Why
a
throw the
but.
jab?
In addition to,
Why not go after Tom Hanks' wife?
in addition to understanding Black lives, you smacking Chris Rock, you put a pressure on both of y'all in regards of black people, right? Because you can't negate the fact that we just said just a little bit ago we said fucking Oscar's all white. Can't negate that. You can't say, oh yeah, black people, no. You can't do that. Let's say when they say Black Lives Matter, and then there was a scandal with the Black Lives Matter, and then they hold $1 million and they stealing money.
Okay. Oh, now you want to go there? Okay.
It's a bunch of shit. It's like, why can't we keep the narrative? If let's go to the beginning. Well, if you feel the way towards Chris Rock, holla at Chris Rock. Black Lives Matter. If Black lives do matter, let's cater to Black lives. Let's put that money to wherever it caters to us.
Now, okay, I want to say something because you said a lot. One, you don't, like I said before, I don't believe nobody ever disrespected Will Smith an issue to his face. You know what I mean? That's bold. I don't think so. Even now, the people that laugh and joke, if you was to be in those people that laughed and joked about the situation, you won't throw a jab into that man's face without the expectation of going to war. You know what I mean? Because it's a touchy subject. What do you
mean by with the expectation of going to war? What do you mean?
You mean like if I was to say something, if I was to talk bad about your wife, you know what I mean? No matter what, there has to be an expectation in my mind that this motherfucker's gonna go, right?
Right.
Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. So you have to look that in the fact that if you didn't think of that when you said that joke, then the joke's on you. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You cannot, what I'm saying? The joke's 100% on you.
That's what I said earlier. If you give off the inclination that you are soft or anything, what makes you comfortable to do that?
It doesn't matter.
See,
because you could be wrong. Because listen, everybody can be disrespecting Leak, right? Everybody can say, hey yo, man, this guy, he's light skinned. This light skinned dude.
Yeah. Right.
Go listen to Mace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Remember back in the day, Mace versus Puffy. And the DMX came with that.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? This light skinned motherfucker. You get your light skinned ass the fuck. West Philadelphia, born and raised. And throw all them jabs.
And that's what.
Wait, then all of a sudden, they feel the need, the heart boost up because it's a false heart because they feel the need to say, hey, this light skinned motherfucker to your face. And then you say, hey, who you calling? What you mean by light skin? What's wrong with me being light skinned? Watch your mouth.
That's not it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
Because I like I said, for this disclaimer, we know each other personally. What do you mean by light skin? Well, so you saying light skinned niggas are sweet, so you're calling me sweet? Is that just subliminal or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
And you would go, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So if I was to say a light skinned joke in front of an audience, in front of you, I expect you to go. See, I believe that, like, you know, there's a part that people think that other people are so sweet that then they think, oh, well, I can say what I want.
Yeah.
And never even listen. I fear no man. You probably heard about my lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't promote it on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would always watch what I say because my code is I won't say it to your. If I don't say it to your face, I don't say it behind your back.
Right.
And you know, in our prior conversations, I never said nothing about anybody behind their back or to you that I did not say to their face, and they did not know how. They did not respect.
But that's why I fuck with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's my $1 million quote. You know what I mean? Is worth $1 billion to me. Yeah. So in order for you can't put a price tag on it. You know what I mean? You know,
real life.
You know, so therefore, once you compromise it, you know,
it's over.
Yeah. So therefore, which brings me to the point of because you had a chance to respond to that slap right then and there.
Right.
Why be a bitch ass motherfucker? Respond to it a year later.
A year later.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's like, yo, my man, shut the fuck up.
So,
and
in addition to that, finish your thought.
You know what I mean? It's like, my man, shut the fuck up. Let it die. Because nobody gave. You could have did a movie. You could have did anything else. You wanted. You know what I'm saying? You could have. Because
saying.
And
a year later,
yes,
we don't give a fuck about it. Then.
And then after that, this is the crazy thing. At the end of the day, I'm like, I would never, as a man, root for a bitch ass nigga to talk shit, because you was wrong. See, if I was to say something bad about your wife in front of you and you slap me, I'm pretty sure people, whether we get into it or not,
it'd be a whole thing though.
There would be voices over in my circle to say, you don't talk about a man's wife. And you used to say something, like I said, I'm not married. I'm single. Yeah. One day I'm going to get married.
Yeah.
Passport, bros. So, like, one day I'm going to get married. But, like, yo, if I was to get married, and then somebody was to say something to my wife, I don't care if I have $5 to my name or 500 million or billion.
That ain't smart.
It doesn't matter.
You ain't
I have to look myself in the mirror. I have to look myself in the mirror.
No, bro.
Listen, you know, despite all the crazy shit that happened in my lifetime, I'm able to look myself in the mirror.
I'm going to tell you why. You have to evaluate what's at stake and what you have to risk. What's at stake, what you're willing to risk, and what you have to lose.
Okay.
Let's go to the bare minimum. It's $5. Right? It's $5. You got $5 to your name. $5 in your pocket at the time of this situation, right?
I got $2 to my name right now.
Right? I got a little more, so you got more than that now.
Okay.
So, something happens between you and another party, right? And because I know where this can go, I'll say, yo, Frank, we chill. And you like, no, fuck that. I'm on. I just, yeah. And you're like, no, fuck that link. He on some bullshit. And now you will try to charge at him, and it will be my job. This is saying in the perfect world.
As a friend,
This is saying in the perfect world. I will be there, right? And I would grab you, and I would me and you pick you up. We'd go around the corner, and I would tussle with you away from all the noise, and then me and you can have our words, and you can base me. No, fuck that. He was on some but it ain't him. And I'm not gonna fight you. So you get all your aggression on me. It don't cost you nothing because it's me. I'm helping you protect this. Now, if you were to fight the ops, the opposing party, he gonna retaliate.
Yeah.
And then when he retaliate, you gonna retaliate. And let's just say you retaliate so badly, you find yourself in a case.
Bury me in the ocean where my ancestors
And just that fast,
jumped over the ship.
You abandon all of this. For a moment.
Bury me in the ocean where my ancestors jumped over the ship.
For a moment.
Because they knew death was more than bondage.
2 words. For a moment. You abandon all of this for a moment.
Bury me in the ocean.
That's not smart.
Listen, dude.
That's not smart. 3 more words. That's not smart.
I'm okay with that.
That's 4 words.
I don't. But I'm okay with it. See, but you're
not.
But also,
you're not. You know why you're not?
Why?
Because you haven't received the fruits and benefits of your labor yet.
That's okay.
But you were approached.
I live life with a moral compass. You know what I'm saying? And maybe hear me out, bro.
Sorry.
Because this is maybe
my
this
apologies.
is maybe this is the core to my soul. You know what I mean? No matter what, I can look myself in the mirror, right? I spend 5 minutes in the mirror. You know what I mean? Every day. Thanks. Shout out to Zuma. And I say I love myself. Alright? You know what I mean? I say it a few times. Then after I say it, I said, what would it take for me to love myself more? I think about that. I ponder that. Not before I go to sleep, but when I wake up. My mind, didn't get my coffee, nothing like that. I ponder, what would it take for me to love myself more? Because, God damn it, I see all this potential in me, and I'm manifesting it. You know what I mean? So what would it take for me to love myself more? And that would be to tap into my potential, right? Hey, let's live the dream, the American dream. Fuck the American dream, because my dream's bigger than the American dream. You know what I'm saying? So I tell myself that. I say, hey, yo, you know what, man? What happened if I could turn this into that, and turn this into that, turn this to... Because, the greatest thoughts die in the graveyard because people don't... Whatever. But... I have to say, what
was that? The greatest what?
You didn't know? The greatest ideas in the world have died in the graveyard because people did not try did not pursue their dreams.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I say to myself, because unfortunately, like I said, I did 9 years in the feds. So I spoke to the guys that had 30 million, 300 million. 100 million. I spoke to the people that was part of the Enron scandal. You know what I mean? And I listened to whether they was bitter or not, and it made me reassess my life to the point where it's just like, even playing a chess game, learning how they do their business and shit like that, and saying, hey, yo, you know what, man? I know I was wrong doing these crimes of violence. You know what I mean? But I ain't never do it like that. I ain't never got nobody like that. And it made me love myself more. Even though they was giving me the game on how to manifest wealth, I had to listen to learn how not to be a victim of those who had wealth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So sometimes when it's a tax bracket. So let's say, hey,
when you say you had to learn how to not make yourself a victim
Okay.
to those who have wealth, what you mean by that?
all right, okay. Their ideas. How their ideas, like somebody could think of a $1 billion idea, but that $1 billion idea would destroy 1 million people. I have $1 billion idea that would destroy 1 million people, but I don't want to manifest that idea. I'm smart enough to manifest that idea, but I just don't want to do it because I'm like, I have a soul. My soul is stored there. You know what I mean? Whether people like it or not, my soul is stored intact, and I feel like if I was to do that, I would destroy my soul. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And so,
how would you destroy your soul?
because I know I'm robbing, and not robbing physically, but robbing. Let's just say the insurance game. I'm robbing you. Only 2% of insurance is honored. You know that? Life insurance. Only 2% of life insurance is on it. So let's just say I came up with this life insurance business and I got like 80 people that's over 60 giving me $200 a month. You know what I mean? I'm eventually get rich off of that. You know what I mean? And these people die. I'm like, oh, you know what? This contract said, hey, because you wasn't smart enough.
So what makes you a victim of the people that think like the rich? What makes you a victim of that train of thinking?
What makes me a victim of the... Well, I don't look at myself as a victim. You know what I mean? Because, to say you're a victim and say there's nothing you can do about it.
Alright, so what I think you mean to say is you're inspired by the lifestyle of the rich, not so much of their moral compass on how they got rich.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Yes and no. Yes, I'm inspired because, like, I'm gonna tell you the greatest story.
Cause let me guide you. Because the moral compass, how they think, what they're comfortable with. Like you say, you're not comfortable with robbing you're not comfortable with that. You don't want to rob old people from their insurance money and get rich. They may be. So you're not morally comfortable. That's your moral compass.
Yes.
But you're inspired by the lifestyle. Whatever it is. You're inspired by that. But not so much the thinking of how they got it. You're like, I want this lifestyle, but I don't want to get it how y'all got it.
Yes and no, because I don't want to do it the way you guys did it either.
So that's yes.
Because I'm gonna be honest.
So that's not a yes or no. That's a yes.
Can I give you a jail story? Okay.
Hold on. So let me just for clarity. You want the lifestyle, but not. That's implying that they all got it disgustingly. And that's we didn't talk to all of those people that's within that bracket of rich. Rich, because rich can be subjective. You can be rich in spirit, or you can be rich financially.
I'm talking about people that was rich financially.
Right. So rich financially, you saying financially rich. However they got it, depending on how they got it, if it was in a disgusting fashion, you don't want no parts of that.
Yeah.
But if it was in a business manner where it was conducive to what you're talking about in your business experiences or how you view business and how you want to pursue business, you would condone those such activities.
Yes.
Cool.
Let me.
So you're not a victim. That's not a victim.
Can I give you a jailhouse story?
But that's not a victim.
Okay. I don't look at myself as a victim.
Yeah, that's not a victim.
Okay. So
you're just inspired. You're inspired.
I'm gonna give you a jailhouse story. Right.
I'm listening.
So there was this dude. I was in FCI Allenwood. Right.
Say again.
FCI Allenwood. You know what I mean?
What the hell is that?
A federal prison. It's a medium high. So it's a penitentiary.
It's called a F what?
FCI.
FCI.
Yeah, so when I first got locked up, I was in the penitentiary. Federal penitentiary. Because my case was violent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, it contained violence. Now, despite what people know, I was going to die within my first 4 hours. Because they're like, how the fuck you only get 10 years? And my mentality is, I got 10 years. My life is over because I'm 24. You know what I mean? But their mentality is, hey, there's not one person in here that got under 25. So how you know what I mean? So like, you know, so
I caught a fat case too.
Yeah, so
and I got 25.
You know what I mean? So when
you ain't know that.
Yeah. So
he said, "No, I didn't."
When the paperwork came through, you know, and he said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
they actually liked
because you know what they say.
Yeah. So they actually liked me and they really embraced me. You know what I mean? And I got into a fight within my 2 days after my paperwork came in, and it was with some dude from Philly that was a Golden Glove and had all these trophies and all this other bullshit, and it was a fair fight, but dude wanted to stab me. So I was like, yo. Told my cellie, give me the knife. I handle this right shit. I handle this right now. I'm like, fuck this shit. My life's over.
Facts.
So, because I got 10 years. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like, yo, I'm 24.
You're fresh in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Whatever. So this guy that wanted to fight me heard about my case. Said, this man already said this to the judge. Said, your life before mine and all this other shit. Because I was a really not a productive man to society before I got locked up. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
You know, a lot of people, some people look at it as good shit. I look at it as clown shit.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
I'm with
so, he said, yo, I'm going to talk to you. He said, listen, let's have a meet. Now, I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Nobody in that penitentiary is from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You know, and if you know anything about the feds, they go by cars.
Yeah, cars.
Yeah.
Cars,
yeah, they go by where you're from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I'm my own man. And but it just so happened that I'm a Redskin fan, so like everybody from DC was like, yo, hey, what? How the fuck? You know,
you just adopted a new car.
Honestly I never claimed a car. Every car, like the dude that was on the one show, he was from the New York car. The other dude that's about to come up, he was from the Muslim. He's about to do a show with me. He's from the Muslim car. You know what I mean? So every car is just like they loved me. Like for you know what I mean? They was like, yo, you know what I mean? Because things I said in my case and shit like that, how my case really expired. You know what I mean? Whatever. And they really respected the fact that, you know, morally I was sound. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Like, you know, what you mean by that? You know, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, let's just fight and get it over. That was my mentality when I was in the feds. So the dude, this Golden Glove dude, who I won, remind you, I'm 24. I only been there for whatever. At this time, I weigh 170 pounds. So it's nobody could figure out how I won this fight. Even the dude I beat up could not figure out, you know, his name's Abdul, could not figure out how I beat him. You know what I mean? But like he was originally upset, and then he plotted to stab me and shit like that. So once that information came to me, you know what I mean? Because like, you know, thank goodness my cellie was my cellie, who was from DC. He woke me up before the gates opened and said, yo, hold this. So I'm like, yo, I cannot live like this.
Yeah, I can't condone these activities. Yeah.
I'm going to just stab this man and just do life. You know what I mean? Period. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? My life's over.
I got 25 anyway in my head.
Yeah. So like, but like somehow, someway, this meeting occurred, right? Where they was like, yo, listen, and this is funny because it was about 6 dudes from Philly, 4 dudes from DC, And they came to me and they said, hey, yo, listen, this guy's going to talk to you. Y'all going to work it out. And if you swing on this man, we're all going to stab you. So you're not going to make it out alive. Just, we know you're wild.
It's helping you understand.
Yeah. We know you don't got all your marbles, but like, okay, cool. But you're not going to make it out. They really like broke it down to the point where I actually seen like, yo, hey, when this meeting happens, you let it go. You know what I mean? This and that. Because the dude, the Golden Glove dude, he was wrong about how, he said some real slick shit. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, I'm not with that slick shit. I can just punch you in your mouth. Or, like, you want to go in the cell. You know what I mean? Really dumb shit. So, we ended up talking. And you know what I mean? And he ended up expressing his thoughts. You know what I mean? And I want to say this where, the whole time, but like the whole time, you see the people that raised me, they're kind of big and, whatever. So like, he was trying to really get to know me, but I'm just like, you done disrespected me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this is the part where, in this place where demons get to be entertained, I really just want to entertain my demons. No disrespect. I was not a nice person because I already had that rage in me that these motherfuckers ended my life. Thinking my life is over because they gave me 10 years. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
at 24.
At 24, but I'm just being honest. I'm like, yo, man, hey.
Yeah, you do a dime 20.
Yeah, I think my life's over. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So this dude, he was like, yo, man, I don't know who taught you how to wrestle. But like, cause I was really cheating. Like, I was like, really like pitting the shirt over him, throwing the elbow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was really like, what? Like, you know what I mean? It was like, but like, I've been locked up.
You were surviving.
Nah, I wasn't. I was an animal.
That's survival mode.
I wasn't. No. Surviving is I'm going to make it out. Animal mode is thank you for letting me get this anger out on you. Because there was hidden anger inside of me that he did not realize. Like, yo, I just got 10 years. Dog, my life's over. I have to take this shit out on somebody. You know what I'm saying? I have to. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I bit him. To be honest, there's things I did to that man that he, you know what I mean? He asked for help. I'm going to love dude that, only.
Yeah, you went against all rules.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And he didn't.
You was rebelling against what you was faced with.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I had to get that rage out. You know what I mean? So and he's screaming for help. Like, you know what I mean? But whatever. So he
it's
had
safe to say you blacked out.
No,
you blacked out.
No, because I knew. I knew his, like, yo, jab, okay, let me pick his shirt up a little bit. I wasn't going for the counter. I was going for to pick the shirt up. Alright, his shirt's over. I get 2 free shots, and then I get an elbow. That elbow phase him. Let me push his head to that steel bed, make him lightheaded. He's lightheaded. This and that. Now all of a sudden a boxer wants to wrestle with me, and I'm a natural. At that time I was a wrestler. You know what I mean? So shit like that. You know what I mean? So like it wasn't like I did not black out. I entertained my demons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like it's so wrong for like,
I'm with you now.
I'm
all the way there.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Try to take his eyes out with my bare hands. You know, like that's how bad. Like it wasn't about him disrespecting me no more. It was about these crackers giving me 10 years. It's about this fact that when I first got locked up, I was also 170. And then at one time, me fighting my case, I weighed 154 pounds. Fighting my case, telling everybody, hey, don't talk to me no more. Forgetting people names and shit like that. It was all this. You know what I mean? So, in this conversation, you know what I mean? Dude said something that was funny. He's like, yo, that old dude that's doing 30 years? I was like, yeah. He said, he's the one that made me say, like, yo, hey, She said, I was originally just gonna come with the knives and just do you up. He's like, yo, make it a fair one. And so with that conversation, he ended up telling me that the fact that I was writing somebody's daughter who I was locked up with while I was fighting my case because the dude couldn't read and write. You know what I mean? And I had to read his letters and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like for him. So that little bit of kindness saved my life to the point where, you know, even though it was a fight and I won hands down, I would have died because he would have came with knives if that dude who I was writing for his daughter, it was his word.
Yeah, it was his word. Yeah,
but I was right. You know what I mean?
He was ghostwriting.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And, you know, and this is why I'm fighting my case for my life and shit like that. I'm right because this dude don't know how to read and write and what his daughter's saying to him and shit like that. And I'm just like reading the letter. Yeah, he looked out for me. You know what I mean? And
thank God.
A little small blessing like that saved my life. That's why I never ever talk about people that's fucked up in life. Unless I'm very careful about how I talk about people. I judge. You know, people say don't judge, but I judge. So anyway, Why did I judge? I judge at the point where is it good for me or is it not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care what you go do in life. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. As a man, like you could be like, yo, Frank, man, you know what? I just want to smoke weed and chill. Cool. You don't want to be rich? Fine, great. When you come to me, and I come to you, we're just talking and chilling. I'm not going to entertain nothing else. You know what I mean? Because you have no ambition. Now, if you have ambition and you say, "Hey, Frank, man, yo, I lost this business. I need some help." And if I'm in a position to help, I'm going to help you. You know what I mean? But you're going to pay me back. But if you're not in a position to pay me back, I'm not going to give you nothing that I can afford to lose. Does that make sense?
I do.
Okay, cool. So I judge people really hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you notice, like, I'm never the last to leave at any event. I'm never the first one there, and I'm never the last to leave. You know what I mean? I'd rather wait till people are comfortable and stuff like that, and then I come with my energy, and it's naturally good energy. I'm actually happy to see everybody, but there's a part of me that's like really surveillance, like who's there, who's doing what, why is this person looking at that person, even though I have no beef whatsoever. It's just a jailhouse mentality that taught me, like, you know, well, that's
be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, but it's you know what I mean, like whatever, you know. So I do judge. I just, like, you know, and if you can't do nothing for me in life that will help me elevate, you know what I mean? I still would chill with you.
Yeah.
When I'm able to chill. But I would not sacrifice. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I would not sacrifice. Don't ask me. I did that before. I tried it. I failed. You know what I mean? Hey, you can't save everybody. I finally learned my lesson on that. So I don't try to, like, save people. I'd say, hey, you know, and sometimes, you know what? I understand that life hurts so much that people shouldn't get saved. They need that pain to conquer. You know what I mean? To understand that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're going through your own darkness.
People should always be saved, because being saved, you gotta understand what comes with being saved, and what facet are you being saved by. You understand? So, like, if you're being saved religiously, that's something different. If you're being saved by your marriage, you're being saved from financial burden. Like, there is different levels of being saved. Everyone should be saved. Like, even like the comments that I made with Black Lives Matter. Every black life matters. Even to the lowest form. Like, everything that.
Alright. You ever heard of the 4 Doors of Pain?
Enlighten me.
Okay. So, you know, when I was locked up, after my first 4 months. I read 5 books a week. You know what I mean? And one of the greatest books I ever read was by a guy named, oh look, there it goes, Patrick Rothfuss, right? It's called The Name of the Wind, right? Weird book, fantasy book, Dungeons and Dragons, Swords, right? But in this story, and I'm gonna just give you a brief story of it. It's like this dude, he ended up becoming the greatest wizard. But so he's giving his life story.
Say that again.
He ended up becoming the greatest wizard. But you know, in
the greatest wizard.
Yes, but wait,
okay.
You know what I mean? So he was so he watched his parents get murdered, right? Pop. He had a perfect life as a poor dude, you know. You ever heard that saying, we were so happy poor, but then when we got rich, you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. He had the perfect life as a poor person, right? Happy, constantly happy, did all this kid shit, great. You know, had a perfect childhood as a poor, you know what I mean? Even though he didn't felt poor, he was poor, but he felt so rich, right? So in this
he wasn't poor, but he felt rich.
He was poor, but he felt rich. You know what I mean? He was
poor, but he felt rich.
Yes. So then his parents died, and his whole little circus thing that he was part of died.
He was poor, not wasn't poor. He was poor, but he felt rich.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. So and then it like, you know, it was really sad because it put a knot in my throat the way the first 100 pages was about his lifestyle and everything. Like, oh wow, you learn how to fake sword fight with these fake guys and these circus dudes and everything. Right. I don't understand why this is a good book, but boom, then his parents died. Bang. And the next chapter it said it broke down the 4 doors of pain. And I want to hold on a second. I don't like to be wrong about shit. You know what I mean? So I give me 1 second.
4 doors of pain.
Oh, well, you're gonna love this.
And what they consist of. Like in this 4 doors of pain is what philosophical.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
What is it? Life.
Oh, here it goes. Part of my reading because I was drinking, you know what I mean? Perhaps the greatest facility of our mind is the ability to cope with pain, right? Classic thinking teaches us of the 4 doors of pain of the mind. Everyone moves according to their needs, right? Do you agree with that?
To their needs, yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you so far.
Okay, let me take this off because this is not important. Bop. Okay, first is the door of sleep. Sleep offers us a retreat from the world and all its pain. So when you first get hurt, you know what I mean?
I'm with you.
Sleep marks the passing of time, giving us distance.
Yeah.
From the things that hurt us, okay? When a person is wounded, they often fall unconscious. You know, similar to someone who hears traumatic.
Oh, wait. Go to the second one?
No, this is the first one.
When
a person is wounded, they often fall unconscious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When a person, they often fall unconscious. What do you mean by that?
When a person is wounded, they often fall unconscious. Similar to someone who hears traumatic news, they often swoon or faint. Like, yo, you ever see some traumatic, like, hey,
they mean that in the literal sense?
Yes. Like, you know, like if somebody says, hey, this person's mom died, you know, then
you're more distraught. You're not gonna pass out though.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You're like,
I get it. I get the angle though. Okay. I get it. Proceed.
Okay. Second is the door of forgetting. Some wounds are too deep to heal. I agree with this 100%. Some wounds are too deep to heal or too deep to heal quickly. You know, they say the saying "time heals all wounds" is false. Time heals most wounds. The rest are hidden behind this door. The door of forgetting. You don't really remember everything that hurt right. You. You know, everything. We're men. You know what I mean? Third is the door of madness.
Madness?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a times where the mind is dealt with such a great blow, it hides itself in insanity. While this may seem not beneficial, it is. And I agree to that. You know what I mean? Certain people live in there crazy because, they don't want to face the realities of the things that hurt them. Does that make sense? Okay. So, there are times when...
And why would you want to be in the reality of things that hurt you?
So you live in your crazy. Look what's going on in today's society.
I'm cool.
Okay. There are times... And to escape the pain in the mind, they must leave reality behind. Live in your own world. That's why, man, I don't judge, because a lot of people live in their own crazy, because I don't know what they've been through and if they can heal from it. You gave it time. Okay. It hurt. It still hurts. Fuck it. You know what I mean? This world hurts. Oh, man, you're still trying, and it keeps on fucking you up. Live in your own world. Go ahead. The universe gave you a mind, whether you call the universe God or whatever you want to call it. Gave you a mind. Go ahead. Expand it. You know what I mean? No problem. Last is the door of death. You know what I mean? So those are the 4 doors of pain. But like me, when when I was fighting my case, I was living in the door of insanity. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
You know what I mean? There's no whatever. I was living in my own world. I loved it. You know what I mean? Hands down. I'm not. That's why I tell people I don't regret my time in jail, because whatever. But anyway,
you made the best of it though.
Yes, I did. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I met people from every walks of life in every continent and country in this world. That's what the federal prison did to me. And I was able to get along with them and have a conversation that fucked their heads up and fucked my head up. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I don't regret jail, me personally. But yeah. But this dude, he ended up speaking to me. He was like, yo, listen, man. You're too much of a good dude to and he knew. He said, I know what you're going through. You're hurt. You feel like your life is over. Right? Golden glove, dude. Right? This is what he says to me. So he tells me a story. He said, you know I only had 5 years? He said, you think I didn't know you was trying to stab me? Because people thought, he said, I never told nobody I was going to stab you. But you think I did not know you was going to try to stab me? It gets deep. So I'm like, oh shit. Damn. He said, I did not tell nobody that. It's just that people told you that and put that in your head, so you felt like you was going to kill me. He said, I'm going to tell you something right now, because you know what? You better learn how to let go, because you can still go home. After I just, like, his eye was still black. He still could not see from one eye from talking to me. You know what I mean? And this is Abdul from FCI. No, excuse me. From the Allenwood Penitentiary. He said, yo, you have to get the fuck up out of here. He said, don't be like me. He said, when they sentenced me, they only gave me 5 years. I turned 5 years into 25. He said,
it fucked you up, didn't it?
It fucked me up. He said, I turned 5 years into 25. You know what I mean? And he said, there's something inside of you, and you gotta find peace. Right?
He turned 5 years
into 25.
Into life.
25. Because,
that's life.
Because
25 years is life.
He found the person that snitched on somebody, and he did whatever he did, and they got 25. He got 25 years to that. He might be out now, because my boy, but he said, yo, don't be like me. Think about that. Here, he said, no, he's a Muslim. He said, I think Allah is testing me to do all this other stuff, right? You know what I mean? And now I see you and me, because I beat somebody I wasn't supposed to beat. He's like, you're scrawny. He said, you're scrawny.
This is then.
Yeah.
Then. This ain't now.
Yeah, you're scrawny. And he says, yo, you have to leave here because you only got 10 years and you're ready to kill people. You have to go somewhere else. You gotta learn that one day you're going to be out. Your life is not over. Listen. So,
how do you say that when you're facing 10 years?
Yeah, and you think your life is over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So look, peep this. I lie to you not.
That shit don't hit. It don't.
It gets worse. It gets worse. You know what I mean? I'm drinking. I'm gonna tell you some real exclusive shit. So they put the transfer in because of my points. They was like, hey, you was never supposed to be here anyway because you got your points ain't this high. I think they put you here because you threatened the judge. You know what I mean? But you're not supposed to be here. But like everybody in Allenwood Penitentiary was like uncle to me. Like I don't give a fuck.
You're not qualified for this jail.
Yo, you're not. Yo,
just saying.
They're like they was. You know what I mean? They was like, yo, you still here, man? You ain't leave yet, man. Come on, man. But they like really boom. So I go to Allenwood Medium, right? So the first person I met from Lancaster was the guy that taught me how to party. First person I met. You know what I mean? I go there. I'm in this. I'll go there. I already know. Hey, thank goodness I got my paperwork. No snitching over here. And
that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And you know I got my paper.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So
we don't do that.
Yeah. So I go there. My paperwork with me and everything else, right? And it's only like a quick transfer because it's from a penitentiary to a medium high. I was supposed to go from a penitentiary to a medium. I never made it to a medium. I always stayed to a medium high. You know what I mean? Which was not, only got 10 years. I was only supposed to be in a medium. Like, they kept me in a medium high where it's just like death is 7 riots. You know what I mean? This and that. So I go there. I go there, and the first person I see from Lancaster, I don't recognize him. This dude used to live in this town where we're at right now, and picked me up one day, and pressed a button on his car, which was a Porsche, and the plates used to transfer. Right? Richest dude I ever met from Lancaster.
His plate would flip.
You know, remember?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was known out here, right? I see this man. He has holy sweatpants. He got a big mark right here, a big infection right here, right? Big is pussing out. He got whatever, all right? The first time I meet somebody from my hometown. Not just anybody. A guy that took me when I was 15 years old. I ran away from home. Took me to State College. And I never had so many white girls in one day in my life. He took me there for the whole weekend. In fact, when he came to find me. Look.
When he came to find me.
Yo, he's like, yo, you were supposed to stay with me the whole time. I'm like, well, she said she got drinks over there. She said he's like, yo, you can't just go over. This is State College. You know what I mean? This is Penn State. This is party capital. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit. Oh my goodness. You know? So much. Yeah.
So how did you end up from federal prison to State College?
No. The guy, I met this guy when I was 15 years old.
Right.
Big time dude out here. Big time. You know what I mean? And I was the last person he seen before he died.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So but when I was 15, he gave me a ride, State College. He's like, you don't know how to party. I said, yo, what the fuck you talking about, man? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Because, I think there was Martin was out or something like that, and people was, like, oh my goodness. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And all that.
Yeah. So like, but my dude was like, yo, you got a sandwich? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who, I forgot. It's my brother man. Okay.
From the fifth floor.
So yeah, so he's like, so like my fault. So I go there and I got my bag and I'm taking my bag to my building, and dude was like, is that badass Frankie? And nobody calls me Frankie unless they're family. You know what I mean? So I look. I'm like, who's this bum ass dude? And kept walking. You know what I mean? So like, two people come rushing. Hey yo, as soon as you go here, I'm like, nah, don't. And now I'm cocky now because I done fucked up the dude in the penitentiary. I'm cocky. Don't tell me what to do. Here's my paperwork. You got
away with it because you was a ghostwriter in there. So
God
bless you.
Yeah. I'm cocky. Don't tell me what to do. Here's my paperwork. So you go tell them snitches what to do. You know what I mean? And also, them 2 months.
You ain't still locked up though.
Yes, sir. I'm working out, and those 2 months I was working out to the point where I was throwing up. You ever work out so much you throw up water because your body can't take it? Because you ever see Creed?
That amount of pressure.
You remember Creed when he worked Creed 2? That's how hard I was working out. So this dude, before I say his name, he says these guys like no names. Yeah, no names. He's like you have to go to the yard. I said, for real? Like, fuck it, I don't mind walking the yard. My paperwork's right. I said, you don't have to bring your paperwork. Dude from Lancaster already said that you're official. There's no way. He just wants to see you. I said, there's somebody from Lancaster here? Oh. So like, I lied to you not. First time, I didn't cry when I got sentenced, right? But I was like, I had a terror because I'm like, this guy was like, he had. When I remember him being when I was young, he had, remember people had the jeans with the names on it. You know what I'm saying? Before people had the jeans, he was that dude, Jerome Eagle. You know what I mean? They called him Cash. He was not. It's 40 million. That's what he got caught with. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know what I mean? Hey,
damn, 40 M's.
Yo, you know what I mean? We walked the yard together.
40 million?
40 million. We walked the yard together. Wait, it gets crazier. Do you know how I seen that man? He had these fucking dookie braids. Remember, pus out here. He said, yo, you can't get near me. Because I hugged him once he told me who he was. You know what I mean? I'm like, I couldn't, the freckles in the beard. I never seen him with a beard before. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, hey, whoa, wow, how you been? This and that. Yeah. And I lied to you not. So we walk in the yard, we're just catching up. Hey man, remember I should have never took you to a party because look at you now. This is all my fault. He felt bad and all this other shit. And I was just like, I was bad before you met me, but like, it is what it is, right? This guy died 2 days later. So the richest dude in Lancaster died 2 days later. But he told me, and I'm not going to say the things he said about the people that told on him and all this, and the people that shitted on him and shit like that. But he died 2 days later. And I didn't know he was, you know what I mean? When they offered, like, dude, when you die in prison, and like, they offered to give me all his stuff, but like he didn't have nothing. He had
they give it to the closest people that he knew.
Yeah, like his cellie like came and like really had like yo, do you know his family? This and that. And I'm like, nigga, I'm not even talking to my family. You know what the fuck? What the fuck? I said, yo, I got 10 years. My life is over. You know, what the fuck? I don't even know. I forgot my mama's name. I forgot my phone number. What the fuck? Yeah, you're like, yeah. My dog, I got 30. Shut up. You know what I mean? Like, shut up. You know what I mean? But like, you know, that, you know, like, think about it. You
That's
thought
that's that mentality then. Yeah.
yeah. So like, you know, so you know, like they used to laugh at me because I used to think my life was over. You know what I'm saying? And it's, in fact, yo, right there. You see that picture?
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? That's Birdman. You know what I mean? So he's one of the dudes that hand me the pictures. And I'm like, I said, yeah, I don't know who to give this to of his family. I don't. Because, but I know all his letters, the guy that was one of the richest people in the city, black man, made a lot of money. And he was going to move to California because he had this little spot. And he was down to his last 3 years, 3 years. Had holy sweatpants on when I seen him, every time I seen him. And his fat, and he was going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Wow, it's just so coincidence that picture popped up, right? You know, so like, you know, and I did not know what to do with his stuff, so it was like a little, whoa, hey, I don't. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And but like, so I go anyway. I go to Allenwood Penitentiary to Allenwood Medium, and you're gonna love this story. So 2 years in, I'm working out, I'm reading and everything, this and that. So I go to this.
You got 8 more years.
Eight more. So I go to this thing about 2 weeks ago about shoebox money, right? And I see this guy named Brian. You know what I mean? And he was a big cocky dude with all his muscles, can't scratch his back. You know what I mean? Had an orange shoebox money shirt. You know what I mean? And I see him, but like, he did not know. The whole time while I was in the feds, I was fighting to get over there. Because we was both in mediums. And I was like, nah, I want to go over there with him. I want to go over there with him. Right. I was like, that's family. And like the things I was told about him while he was over there, like, you know what I mean? It was like nothing but amazing. Like, yo, like, you know, he don't know that while I was doing pull-ups, they was like, yo, they told me that man did 400 pull-ups in one day. What? How? Wait. Now I'm doing 400 pull-ups in one day. I'm like, yo, I gotta arm wrestle this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, you know. So like but I haven't seen him since, you know, I went to that shoebox grand opening. You know what I mean? And so that's why I was so excited when I met the man. Yeah, I seen him bits and pieces, but I never had a
like a one-on-one.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean. So it's just like, I know I had company with me, but it was just like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, people like, you know. I know there's people there that want to speak to me, but like, you know what I mean? Business and family and all this other shit. But like, you know, I heard that this dude's from Lancaster and he's in Schuylkill. And I'm like, yo, how'd I get to Schuylkill? So by going to college in a federal prison, my whole goal was to go to that, whatever. So when it came down to transferring, right, and I finally got approved for the transfer because I wanted to chill with him. I said, yo, I'm gonna shock the fuck out of him when he sees me. And I wanted to chill with him, right? This motherfucker, this dude, white dude from Boston, right? I remember this. It was like it was yesterday. Now I done survived, like, at this time 3 riots where I was actually in the yard. You know what I mean? I'm like 8-0. You know
Nixon.
I'm 8-0.
Nixon.
Yeah, I'm 8-0. You know, it became the point at one time. It's like, yo, hey, we're just gonna stab you. Like, yeah. But like, I at that the job I had, I was a plumber. So like, you know, I had the hammer. So you wasn't going to like, you know,
you got it.
I'm gonna fill this order out, so I'll go to your cell. I got something for. Oh, really? Yeah, what I'm saying? I got something for. I'm gonna see you, sir. Really, but like anyway. But I was part of the football team, and like the way I made my money in prison when I first got locked up was through sports. You know what I mean? Because I'm 6'2", whatever.
So you gambling now?
No.
You gambling?
No.
You are gambling.
No. This is what happened.
Go ahead.
All right.
Say your piece.
Okay, I'm gonna say your piece. I'm gonna tell you. So I couldn't afford shoes. So these Dominican dudes, right, said, "Hey, if you play for our basketball team,
that's gambling. Go ahead.
If you play for our basketball team, we give you shoes, we give you shorts, we give you everything."
What you gotta do? What?
Play for the basketball team.
And then what? You gotta win, right?
No.
Lies.
No. I have to play. Listen, I'm 6'2". You know what I mean? Like, I'm a
Lies.
I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2". I want to say.
That's gambling.
No.
We want you to play for our team, but
yeah. See, because it's prideful. Everything's cultural. So if the Haitians chill with the Haitians, the Jamaicans chill with the Jamaicans, the Dominicans chill with the Dominicans.
Yeah,
there's nobody from.
They don't expect you to win.
They wasn't going to win without me, but they did end up winning. But they got to the conference final.
It's gambling.
All right.
It's gambling.
But like
I'm gonna eat some of these cookies. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Is this cookies?
Yeah. So like they end up
that's gambling though. Would you agree that's gambling?
No. Cause the gambling is like bet, like They I mean, and they really showed love. They really gave me.
Of course.
They really looked
Did
up.
You win?
Absolutely. But I didn't know how to play basketball.
And you said they showed love.
Listen, I know.
I bet they did.
Yeah, they showed. What?
If you would have lost, what?
We was losing. We lost the first 2 games. You know what I mean? Listen, the Dominicans gave me my sneakers. Right?
I'm listening.
So but they did not teach me how to play basketball. See, I'm from here, so only game I played is 35. I never played sports in school. I'm undefeated in 35. You know what I mean? I do not know how to pass the ball. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
So 35 was perfect for you.
Yeah. So game of 35, I bust ass. You know what I mean? Period. Like, so like but everybody there, because I was like everybody's nephew. You know what I mean? I was everybody's favorite nephew from all over the United States. Even people from California, I was everybody's favorite nephew. You know what I mean? And like everybody wanted to teach me and whatever. This is back when. Now I came at the right time because there's never a right time to go to prison. But excuse me. I came before that one law that came out in 2008 where if you touch a snitch, you get 8 years. So yeah, it's 7 years. You get up to 7 years if you.
Really?
Yeah. Oh man, that it didn't make a difference. It didn't make a difference to 2010.
You touch a snitch, you get an automatic 7 years.
Added to your sentence. So so it didn't make a difference. I didn't see the difference. Like they didn't care if you told in the feds, that was your ass. If me and you got in a fight and you told on me, cause I won, and you told on me, I didn't have to take care of you. Whatever car you're from, whether you're from New York or whatever, they would take care of you. Get this this rat bitch, cause nobody wanted to represent anybody weak representing.
Right.
Whether you was a blood or whatever, you know what I mean. You was not allowed to tell. You know what I mean. Now, 2010. It took 3 years for that bill to come into effect, but when that bill came into effect, I would say I could see the difference. Like, you know what I mean? Like, before if you told you got smacked in the mouth every time you like, but you went to basketball, you rat bitch, you don't get shit. You know what I mean? Now, it's like, oh man, you smacked him for being a rat. You get 7 years out of 2 seconds. Oh, you know what I mean? So like, you know, it was different. It was real different. I'm not saying I came at the right time, but like I came in 2004 or something like that. I don't remember. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I came at the right time. I'll be honest, because there was no snitching. There was no. Yeah. It was like that whole snitches get stitches. It's the whole, yo, y'all gonna fight it out first. Only time it was a riot if it was really some shady shit that you can't protect the snake in the feds. So like, that's why, even though it was a lot of riots, blacks versus Mexicans and shit like that. And I would say this, probably been to like 7 riots. I would go 4 in Mexico. I never seen a black versus white riot. White people just did not participate in violence. But I would say black versus Mexican, the grand total score, 4 Mexicans, 3 blacks. That's my view. I know I want to say blacks won everything, but no, we did not. But like, you know, those are the only people that outnumbered us. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't really outnumber us, but because we roll in cars, like, you know, like the Michigan would not go to operate to help out the New York car and shit like that. Whatever. But like, you know, the 7 riots I've been in, I would say 4 Mexicans, 3 blacks. You know what I mean? That's just me. Well, you know what I mean? But first the story, right?
So in conclusion to all that.
Yeah.
This was a good interview.
Oh yeah, I mean, great show. You got me drinking Douce. You know what I mean? Douce. I like this.
My shit done.
Oh, you want some more?
No sir.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go work in the morning. But you know.
Me too.
Oh well, I gotta work in the afternoon. Excuse me. So we're going to end this show. You know what I mean? Definitely hit it back up. You know what I mean? So from Will Smith to marriage to prison. I don't know how, but like.
But they all correlate.
Yeah.
Because Will Smith they was gonna call the cops on Will Smith.
Oh yo, I would say this. Here's my shout out. This is why I always will be 100% team Will Smith. You ready? I was at FCI Allenwood, right? I'd never seen no man cry, shed tears, nothing. When they told him his mom died, I don't give a fuck. He did not shed tears. I met probably like 10,000 people before The Pursuit of Happiness came out. Do you understand what I'm saying? With transfers and deaths and all that other shit. Man, Will Smith, when Pursuit of Happiness came out in movie theaters, Will Smith made sure everybody in the federal prison was able to see it. You know what I mean? They even said, "Hey, yo, this is from Will Smith." You know what I mean? And he said, you know, this is the only movie that we seen the same day y'all seen, or 3 people seen when it came out. You know what I mean? So I never seen. So we watched The Pursuit of Happiness, right? Everybody watched it. In the federal prison, I'd never seen so many people had tears, black and Mexicans. I didn't know, white people didn't. But blacks and Mexicans, they had tears over that motherfucking movie.
I watched that shit like 6 times.
Yo,
one day.
People was like, yo, I'm gonna write my son, yo. I was like, what the? I didn't even have kids. I didn't have no. Listen.
I think overall, I watched it probably 12 times.
I never. I'm gonna be honest. Fuck the letters I got. I don't think people was getting letters from me. At one time, I never reached that movie. If people like look at if they actually see the letters that they have for me, they probably got 1 a year or 1 every whatever. I don't care who they was. You know what I mean? How much I loved them or not. It's just my mind was there. But once I watched that movie,
it hit different.
It hit like yo. So like I would so listen. I know. Like, oh my. You ever heard of you ever heard of Junior Black Mafia?
Junior Black Mafia?
Yes. It was. If I'm saying it right, Junior. What's it called? Black Mafia. The one one in Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. I'm sorry. I'm Biggie and all this shit mixed up. So.
No, it's called a JBM.
You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm right. Okay.
Junior Black Mafia. Yeah.
So this dude, there was two of them.
Or Flash Mob, whatever.
So you know they did the thing. I was impressed by how they did.
They still doing the thing. They records.
So I met Vance and I met Vinny, right? So now Vinny was like one of the head dudes, and he was like always talking to Mr. Chris, the Italian dude that was part of the mob. And I don't know who John Gotti's son-in-law was. I don't know his real name, but to me, he's just John Gotti's son-in-law. Alright? So those are three people. They always walk the yard together. They always talk to each other. Like, surprisingly, like, yo. But I was told how they tortured the Italians and shit like that. You know what I mean? I watched that man, after that movie from Will Smith, ball up. Like think about it. You talk to the like Mr. Chris, whatever his real name is, and I'll find out. He was a certified arsonist that worked in, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean, for Italian mob. Vince was like the dude that tortured everybody. And you know what I mean? Tortured them. They tortured them. They said, yo, we're not working for y'all working for us. You know what I mean? Whatever. I watched that man balled up over that motherfucking movie and said, yo, I gotta save my son. I was like, God, no other movie ever in the history of life did that to those men. Like, that was like it made every black and Mexican dude want to change. And they did. So, that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, did that. I never, like, I'm talking about the one dude, he had pictures with him and Mike Tyson in the yellow Lamborghini, cried, talking about, yo, I gotta save my son.
Yeah, that movie hit different. It gave inspiration. It gave hope.
Maybe I should watch that tonight.
That's a thought. Yeah.
Maybe I should watch. Shout out to Will Smith. See, I'm Team Will Smith over here. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, beat that nigga's ass. My only thing about Will Smith is he should have went on, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this no more. If you disrespect my wife in front of me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm not kill you, but I'm gonna hurt you bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you bad.
Get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
You know what I mean? Because I feel that, like, yo.
But if you gonna move like that, move more strategic. Don't be so sloppy. Move more strategic. That's all. Just move more strategic.
Well, I will give you a toast, but you drunk more. Yo, this is the first time you drunk faster than me. You want to say goodbye to the guests? I don't know how long the show been, but
I don't know. It's probably 3 hours.
I told you. Yo, y'all have a good night. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Sorry, I was drinking. It's the Douce.
Douce.
It's the Douce.
It's the Douce.
You know.
The next time y'all probably see me, I'll be with a special guest.
Oh yeah, we got a special guest coming up.
Yeah, so we're not.
We got two. Actually, it's two women that wants to.
They want to sit with me.
Yeah, they want to ask how. You know, because you're like the perfect man and I'm like the perfect asshole for some reason. I tell people, like, yo, he says, just because he agrees with you doesn't mean you're right. But, like, you know, we had that conversation on the on the show.
Right.
We want to break it down. You know, in the meantime.
And in between time. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned.
Lately, been looking up, I've been on my job. Shorty coming, see what's up, she been on my top. We should go and pay the club. it up, ay, yeah. You need something in your